Okay, so we have a mother skunk underneath a shed, and we began the job. We got approval to begin, started digging out the perimeter. This is what we do to install our screen and install the one-way door. But as we were working, we noticed that there was a large gap underneath the shed for us to see under. So we lifted it up a little bit. We looked under. I'll insert the clip now, but we did see the mother right in the middle on a nest, and we're suspecting there's babies because this is the time of year for babies. So now our plan of action is to cut into the floor of the shed in the middle to then access the exact spot that she's lying on with those babies, hopefully, and then we can get them. So let's see what happens. So here's the shed, and this is where we were digging, and right here is where that last video was taken. We could see her. You can't see her right now because we had lifted it up to see, but she's down in the middle. And then basically she was getting in from there as well. And now we suspect she's right here. So we're going to cut the floor right about there and access the nest that she's lying on and hopefully find babies. And the reason we always get the babies out as well is because the mother, if we locked her out, will go crazy around this entire shed trying to get her babies back, and of course we don't want to lock them away from her. So let's get started.
We've had a look underneath the shed, and it's a fairly small area, and we suspect that this is approximately where she is with the nest. So I'm going to cut out an area, and I can use two of the lines that are already here from the piece of wood that's been installed. So I'm just thinking, when we were looking in, we're looking in here, so she's about here.
Okay, so we're gonna start cutting.
Fairly quickly, try to get this piece of board up. There's one of the nests. That's where she was. Maybe
Don't poop in there.
get a flashlight and look. This must have been where she was sitting.
Yeah. Might not be babies.
May not be. Okay, so where we saw her when we looked underneath initially, this is where she was. It's an old nest. There's no new material here at all. So we're gonna lift the shed back up and have another look underneath and see if maybe she was just standing here because of the disturbance, and we'll take it from there.
So you can see the light where we cut in over there.
Is that where the nest, where she was?
Yeah. Oh, she's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I need the light. If you shine the flashlight, she's over here. Right there. This is where I saw...
Is she on a nest?
I don't know. This is where I saw grass the first time. I kind of thought maybe they'd be over here. She might be.
I don't think so.
No?
I think we'll chase her out, and then we can have a better look.
Oh, she's moving.
See if we can see some teats. So we're going to use our yellow pole to try to gently persuade her to go out the back entrance hole. Just try to tap her on the bump. She's going towards the hole. What's the hole?
There she is. She's coming. Right under the deck. She's behind. She's out. So the deck she ran under isn't a place that she would live because it is such a big gap between the deck board and the ground, and it's too exposed. So she is very vulnerable under there for predators, and it's like that all the way around. So this isn't a concern for the customer, it was just the shed, because the shed is touching flat to the ground that they like to burrow under. So she's just hiding there right now. She'll move on.
We have the skunk kind of out of the way so we can work a little more efficiently without being worried about getting sprayed, which is always the concern when you're dealing with skunks, obviously. And that smell doesn't leave easily or quickly. So now that she's gone, we're gonna explore the underneath very carefully, make sure we're not dealing with babies. And if there are babies, we'll get them out and we'll give them back to her. We can go back inside the shed. And now that we have an elevator, we have more clearance to look around. Nothing that way. So I'm just looking for an active area with fresh nesting material. See a lot of poop. Don't see an active nest. Don't see any other cozy spots. If it's a male skunk, he wouldn't necessarily build a nest, but he's laying, when we opened up that side and looked under, he was laying right on top of this old grass, which would be better than laying on this wet ground. So it makes sense that this would be the spot. Just continue to look a little bit more, make sure we don't miss babies. It's just right here, I can't see. We could probably dig it out.
Yeah.
If we could, reach in. Okay, there's nothing back here. Another washroom spot. We have completely ruled out babies, which we rarely see male skunks during the springtime on our jobs, but it's understandable that a male would live in the same place a female would live. So we can put all this back together, we'll screen the perimeter, and problem solved.